Well, guys, this is it. Welcome to our final tour of Riverbend Discovery Center. I really hope you guys are all having fabulous days so far. So while we start to walk in here, I do want to apologize. I'm not doing a parking lot. I am absolutely not doing a parking lot. If anyone else wants to, you can go for it. I do not feel the need to, however, because all the beauty is in the zoo right in here. Now, as you guys can already tell, I did let guests in. I probably shouldn't have done that because they're all dancing and like kind of freaking out. I closed the zoo, I tried to get rid of them, they won't leave. I don't know how to fix that, but you know what, it's totally fine. So Riverbend Discovery Center, in case if you guys haven't been following the series, no worries if you haven't, is a quite large zoo. I would say it's more like a medium-sized zoo. It is not really themed all that much, as you can probably tell. We don't really have any like sections or anything, but it is a zoo that I really just wanted to try myself to make because it felt like a really fun, daring project just to have a zoo with little to no theming as possible. We'll check out all that stuff in a little bit. We're gonna make our way to the right first. So, before we even get into all this stuff, I do want to thank you guys, even for stopping by in the first place. It's going to be such a fun tour. I hope you guys enjoy it all. But making our way over here, we have our first exhibit to the right. We do have the chimpanzees. Hell of an animal to start with, I know. The exterior is done by me, and I was extremely proud of it. I believe that climbing frame is on the workshop now. But this area kind of gives you a lot of different views into the chimpanzee habitat. It really is such a fun, expansive one. We have a whole lot of different things to check out over here. I do need to give a huge shout out to Caesar Creates for those trees. They always come in so clutch. But check these guys out. Oh my god. But yeah, these guys have enough room to climb. It is kind of based off of a kind of like restructured telephone tower, which I think actually works pretty good for these guys. And they do have some hot wire up there so they aren't able to escape. It's just a really fun, expansive habitat, and I really do love the foliage in here. I kind of love how this bump up feels like, you know, it just feels like a bump up. What else is there to say about that? We'll be checking out all that stuff in a little bit, but I'm going to hold down shift and make our way right over here. We also have a little place for them to like come up to the window and stuff. Not really escape though, but just enough to come up to the window. But if we make our way all the way back here, we have something that my good friend Beezy made. Now Beezy is an incredible builder, but he especially loves to build for primates. So when he saw that, you know, we were getting Riverbend some chimpanzees, he absolutely stepped up to the occasion and made a really awesome chimpanzee habitat. You can see all the detail that BZ likes to bring into these habitats. You can see all the different climbing frames he makes all custom. You can see like the big chunky ropes that he makes. It really is super awesome just to see all the detail that he's able to cram into these because it really comes in so clutch in the end. I don't even think they're in the back room right now. I'm not really sure about that. But still, all the detail in here, like the little fire extinguisher. You have, I believe those are lion signs. Hell yeah, those are lion signs. And we also have a smaller primate little house in here. I would throw tamarins in here if I did have them installed. Unfortunately, I don't. But still, those are where I would put them if I did have them. Maybe you guys could pop in here and put them in yourselves. And I believe this sign is also from Just Goron. And there we go. Oh, no, that's just a shadow. Never mind. I thought that was a chimpanzee. But no, it's a really awesome habitat, and BZ did such an incredible job with it. So if we make our way back here right now, I do want to apologize. There are some animals missing. I did replace some animals if you guys did watch this entire series. There's some animals I did build for that didn't really make it into the final cut of the build. And you know what? I think that's just something that happens in real zoos too. Unfortunately, collections don't always stay the same, and sometimes we gotta make some changes, but not for our little meerkats. These guys were safe. So I really do love their habitat in particular. It feels... Okay, yep, I'm sorry. I'm pausing it for the guests. I'm sorry. But I really do love their habitat in particular. It really did come out spectacular. I can't help it. I gotta play it again. But they really do have enough room kind of like to explore and stuff like that. If we look down here, we have about like 20 or so meerkats in here kind of just doing their thing. and it really is super spectacular. We have keeper access right here. They can make our way through the door right there, and we do have access for the Meerkats to get indoors as well. Now, of course, since this place is kind of based in like the Carolinas or the Virginias or so, you would, oh my god, they are losing it for the fennec fox. You would need to have indoor holding for a lot of these kinds of animals. They wouldn't necessarily be able to withstand the winter up here, so we do need to make sure that we are able to account for that. Now over here we do have the fennec fox. They're currently sleeping right now, but I think it's totally fine. Just check out the rest of their habitat. We do have the climb-proof mesh over here, so they wouldn't be able to escape. And we also do have some interesting things over here. So this is probably one of my favorite things I did. I actually took the spiny-headed mat rush, and I turned it upside down to make it look like it's kind of trampled. It really helps give it a really cool effect. Very proud of that over there. But yeah, I'm kind of sad these guys are sleeping right now. Fennec foxes don't really climb all that much, but I did want to give them just a few little things to climb on, so they would be able to go on top of those if they did have the navigation for that. Unfortunately, they don't. But making our way throughout here as well, I have a few kind of like educational things over here, kind of like talking about like termite mounds and stuff like that, because all these animals would interact with these in some way or another. And we also do have the former honey badger habitat. So unfortunately, the honey badger is not currently working for 1.10. Very sad indeed, but still, that's where it would go if it were actually in here. Now making our way throughout here, we have a lot of different ways that we can go. I wish I had a map to pull up, but still, it's going to be very puzzling to see how we approach this. But making our way, I think we're going to go this way. We could start to see the squirrel monkey exhibit right through here. I'm not sure if you can actually see these guys yet. Are they like stuck inside or something? What's up? Oh, nope. Yeah, they made their way out there. Yeah, they're just doing their little thing right there. Check these guys out. Kind of doing a little moonwalk that all Planet Zoo primates do. Always love to see that. But yeah, we're going to make our way right over here to the savannah. Nothing really too crazy. No giraffes, no nothing. I don't mean to have an alpaca over there, but you know what? It's totally fine. They just made their way. But yeah, this is savannah. Originally, we have common ostrich. I believe we have scimitar horned oryx in there. I think I'm actually going to bring these guys out because I forgot to actually let these guys out here. You can tell how I build. I usually build and then I put the actual holding right above the gate. So unfortunately some of the stuff kind of makes it through the cracks. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tuck the alpaca over here. Very professional Leaf. I'm just going to tuck the alpaca right there so it's totally fine. And I also have pronghorn over here. I think this mix would be fine. I could be mistaken. I think I had zebras in here originally, but the zebras would have fought with other animals in here. But yeah, it's just a really nice expansive habitat that has a lot of areas for these animals to roam. And I do have like these binoculars. Yep, I believe these are made by Rudy. And then you can actually look out onto the savannah with them. Just really nice vistas overall. And making our way throughout here, we have the original habitat of Riverbend Discovery Center, and apparently way too many guests. It's like a rave. We do have the Eurasian lynx in here. We originally built Riverbend right after the European DLC dropped. I think I actually still built this habitat in early access. I was looking for inspiration for a lynx habitat, and this one kind of fit the bill of what I wanted to build. And I really thought it came out super well. It's just a nice elongated habitat, and it really does, like, I don't know, it really does sell the vibe extremely well. It's so gorgeous in the end, and I'm just so proud of it. It's just such a nice little habitat. And right next to that, we do have our flamingo pool. Nothing really too crazy. It is kind of dingy right now, which I kind of was going for. But yeah, these guys have a beautiful little pool. Enough room for the keepers to kind of make it out onto that little feeding platform. We have lessers in here, and I have one greater flamingo just to make sure that something is still in here, even if you do load into the map with no mods installed. But yeah, it's just a super awesome habitat. Really do love how well this one came out, and yeah, that's about it. Now do keep in mind, while I did use modded animals in this build, Keep in mind, you can still load in even if you don't have them installed. Granted, you won't have as many animals in here as you would if you did have them installed, but still you can kind of make do with it. This is just a little porcupine aviary, nothing really too crazy. Unfortunately, I don't have the porcupine installed right now, so they're not actually in here, but you could probably imply that they are. But yeah, as you can probably tell, this is our North American section, and we do have a nice area for deer to roam. While they aren't really North American, fallow deer are often used in these like deer forests and stuff like that. I'm really proud of this habitat in particular, just because of how beautiful it came out. I have one of Leader's feeders. I love that. He should probably coin that term. But I have one of his feeders over there. And it really does help sell the vibe of the area so much more. But yeah, you have a whole bunch of different fallow deer throughout here. Kind of just vibing, nothing really too crazy. But yeah, you have their indoor access right over there. Nothing too crazy. I just really like my deer forest. And from over here, you can start to get some vistas into the actual monkey islands. Oh my god. I don't know how to fix this, guys. I'm so sorry. But if anyone has any idea on how to get rid of a large amount of guests, please let me know. But making our way throughout here, we have our Arctic foxes. Originally, I had red fox in here, but I did want to sub them out for the Arctic fox. I thought they would be a lot cuter, and they're just a lot, I don't know, I just find them a lot more unique than the red fox. And yeah, hopefully I could wake one up right over here. I gave them a den. They can't use the den in-game. I think they should be able to. I'm so sorry. But yeah, making our way throughout here, we have our Arctic fox. I'm sorry guys about that. My laundry's done. This is just a whole hectic day. I hope you guys enjoy the pure chaos of a leaf video. But making our way to here as well. I guess this one isn't able to make it in. Sorry about that. But we also do have... Yeah, I'm sorry. Can I fix this right now? Is there, like, any way to fix this? What if I, like, disable the limit of the guests? Are they able to, like, fix themselves? Nope, they're just gonna stay right there, where they always do. Alright, so I'm gonna have my own video for this. It's gonna be its own little tour. But these are the monkey islands. So I do have a whole lot of monkeys in here. They're kind of just vibing. I don't know what happened right here, but I'm just gonna, you know, maybe stop that, then reopen it, maybe stop it. Yeah, this is great, guys. Love this stuff. But I'm just gonna reopen it right there. But yeah, these are our monkey islands. I'm gonna have the actual boat ride be its own separate video because I feel like that'd be wicked awesome to see. But I did switch out a lot of the species in here, so I do have lar gibbons up here. And they're kind of just hopping around doing their own thing. I really do love them. I think they also add like a really good oh no, these are white cheek gibbons. Okay, no, I'm working on the white cheek gibbon mod, so I guess they're white cheek gibbons now. Hooray. But no, they're kind of just minding their own business over here, kind of doing their own thing. That's a little sneak peek if you guys have one. I also have colobus monkeys, otherwise known as the mantled garza. Making our way throughout here. I don't think I have anything on that island. We could just say it's kind of defunct. Making our way throughout here as well. We have our Bolivian gray TT monkeys. I don't know why some of these monkeys aren't really moving all that much, but hopefully when you guys load into these, they are able to move. I love how well this mod came out. I'm sorry guys, it just came out so well. I really do love their funny little faces. But making our way throughout here, we also have our lemurs. Again, I'm not really sure why these guys aren't climbing. They should be able to. But yeah, we have our ringtail lemurs, and we also have our mongoose lemurs. I think that's a pretty cool mix to have. Making our way throughout here, we have our black and white ruffed lemurs. Always do love these guys a lot. They're probably one of my favorite lemur species. But yeah, they have their own island right over there. We have our spider monkeys, when they aren't playing like Leapfrog or whatever that is. But we do have these guys over here. I believe this one is made by Mega Game and Rex and me. But yeah, they kind of have two islands to access over here. They have that one and this one. And they can kind of traverse through both of them. And I really do love how well that tree fits into the vibe. Over here we do have our white-bearded, white-faced sake monkeys. And we also do have our howler monkeys, our black howler monkeys. I really do love these guys as well. They look incredible. But yeah, I think that should be it for the monkey islands at least. And once you get off the actual monkey boat, you have this habitat over here, which is for the Galapagos giant tortoise. I only have one in here, and admittedly, he's kind of outgrown his shelter right there. But no, I really just want to have a different tortoise species in here. I'm not really a big fan of the sulcata tortoise in here, but I really did just want to bring a tortoise back in there. So we do have the Galapagos in there. So we're going to make our way throughout here, past these hordes of crowds. And yep, we have one of ZZ's pretzel stands right there. I thought that was a really cute thing to add. So we make our way through here as well. And we're going to pass our little flamingo habitat again. Really nice habitat nonetheless. I really do like this vista right here. I always love this view back here because it really does help to show, like, I don't know, just the starting points of Riverbend Discovery Center. And it really did come out so well in the end. I don't know. I'm feeling very nostalgic for this. So, we find our way back here to the capybara habitat. I really love this habitat in particular. Nothing really too crazy. It is its own kind of like small little section. And if we find our way back to this viewing area, away from all the guests. Are the guests actually moving? No, I think that was just like a keeper or something. But you can actually see these guys pop through right over here. I really do love this little habitat. Oh my god. But yeah, they have a nice little pool. Nothing too crazy. And right next to them, another wetlands pack animal. We do have the red crown crane. These guys have a nice expansive habitat. Originally, I built this for Brolga, but I felt like the Brolga wouldn't really match the vibe all that well. So I do sub them in for the red crown crane. I felt like that'd be a lot better. Now we kind of reach a little bit of an area where I'm like, okay, we gotta really figure out where we're going. And yeah, I think we figured out where to go. I have the wallaby walkabout over here, so you can see we do have our little airlock system, so the guests kind of enter this door, and then they kind of exit that door, or rather vice versa. But really nice expansive habitat. These doors I buy toads over there, and if you guys do want to learn where I have all these blueprints from, I do have all the people back over here as like our little tribute to like the blueprints that we were able to use. Really awesome creators back there. But yeah, we do have the wallaby walkabout over here. Really happy with this habitat in particular. And I do have an albino wallaby in here. I really thought that'd be a great thing to have. Southwick's has some albino wallabies, and it really made me nostalgic for that place. But yeah, we have red-necked wallaby back here. That's probably one of the most common species that you would get in a walkabout like that. And yeah, I really do love like the dirt path down here as well. I used a mix of the decals, some faux pieces, as well as a mulch back there. And it really does help sell a little bit more of like a downtrod vibe. I don't know, I really do like that in particular. So we now make our way into the actual reptile house itself. We have a few double doors that lead you right into here, and we have a whole bunch of different habitats. So we have our diamondback terrapins, I believe. Unfortunately, this is one of the exhibits, so it's not really easy to kind of figure these guys out. But you should be able to find these guys relatively easily if you do load in yourself. And I also do have a whole bunch of terrariums back here, so I do have a couple freshwater tanks in here, just a whole bunch of different ones. And I also do have our Nile monitor habitat. These guys are looking mighty snazzy. I think I do have Narwhalers remaster on here, so that may explain why they're a little bit different. But yeah, really nice habitat and enough room for them to explore. I even gave them like a little egg basket over there because they do eat eggs. So maybe the keepers left that in there for some enrichment or something. I really love like that little house right there. I don't know, I felt like that would be kind of like the thing you would have in a house like that. Now making our way throughout here, I also do have another view into the Nile monitor habitat. Nothing crazy, maybe they might be under that basking lamp. But I do have our American alligators back here. Nothing too insane. I did want to give these guys a nice big habitat back here. And yeah, they kind of just enjoy it. They like to vibe back and stuff. So checking all this other stuff out, we do have these guys back over there. Another view. And yeah, that's about it over there. I do have a little commercial right there for Amphibiville. But yeah, all my WebMs and like documents and stuff that you guys can use over there. I am sick and tired of these guests. Please let me know how to get rid of guests like en masse, because I just don't want them in this area anymore. So making our way throughout here, but yeah, I will have those WebMs released separately. They should be in the drive link with this video. If not, just yell at me. But over here we do have our elephant paddock. Nothing too crazy. This is like a retired circus elephant or something. Maybe like a rescue. She's kind of at the end of her days. But I really do love this habitat in particular. It's probably one of my favorite elephant habitats I've ever built. But yeah, she's making her way throughout there mighty fine. And I don't know, I just felt like Riverbend really needed like a retired elephant. I felt like that would fit the vibe extremely well. But she does have a nice big old pool over here to kind of cool herself off. And she has a whole bunch of enrichment. So she has that little feeder right there. And I'm really big proud of what I did over here with this little hanging tire enrichment. Maybe the keepers would put some hay and stuff over there for her to kind of play with. And I also do have a sand bath. So this is something you would see in a lot of zoos. Sand baths are often used for elephants just to have them like, you know, kind of like dust themselves off and clean themselves. Really awesome stuff to have right there. And super easy to build too, in case if you guys do want to build realistically for elephants. But yeah, what a gorgeous creature. Making our way throughout here now. I do have some like elephant statues and whatnot, but I do have a quick little habitat right over here. Originally it was built for Tasmanian devils, but I kind of supplemented it with aardvarks this time. I felt like that kind of matches the vibe just a bit more. Tassies I felt like would be too hard for the zoo to get, but aardvarks just feel kind of like in that right area right there where you would see a habitat kind of like this for them. I'm really happy with it in particular. These guys love to explore their little habitat and they're already doing that little sniffing behavior. But I do love this, like the little dilapidated kind of like pit down there. I thought that kind of turned out really nice right there. And I think that leads to nothing back there. Yeah, that does lead to nothing. So I'm just going to make our way throughout here a little bit quicker because I do have to go relatively soon. But we do have a binturong habitat in here. This is all a custom aviary. So these guys have a nice big habitat for themselves to explore. I really do love binturongs. They're easily some of my favorite animals out there. Their piss smells like popcorn, which is really cool to say. But yeah, they have a nice big expansive habitat in here with a lot of climbing frames. These were originally made by Beezy, the climbing frames, and I kind of restructured them to kind of fit Riverbend a little bit more. And yeah, these guys are all kind of dancing for the binturongs. I'm sick of these little guests. I'm sorry. And I also have a bird walkthrough. So this is our little Australian bird walkthrough. I believe these are by Drac, if I'm not mistaken. So I do have a bunch of budgies and rainbow lorikeets in here. Just really awesome pieces just to be able to include throughout here. But yeah, they do have a bunch of toys in here. I believe these are by Jaguar. He is a big player on the ZSU server, so go check out his stuff as well. But just a really nicely decorated aviary. This one was super fun to build for. Making our way throughout here, I believe, yeah, we also have our capuchin monkeys in here. We checked out the squirrel monkeys, but I really do love this habitat in particular. I really do. It's very much inspired off of Southwick Zoo. So I really want to have this be like a nice pit with like these nice monkey cages. I felt like these would be left over from the old times, so it felt like the right thing to have in here. I don't know, just super awesome to have. And I believe we should be making our way down here to the food court. Really simple food court, nothing too crazy. I do have vending machines in here, so when the guests aren't like glitched out, they should be able to access those, which would be relatively fine. I gotta figure out what is happening over here. I don't even know. They just love the otters. So originally I had North American river otters. I felt like this habitat was a little bit too big for them. So I did supplement them with giant river otters. I really do love the giant otters so much more. Look at their goofy smile. These guys are really fantastic creatures. I know a lot of people hate on them, but no, they really are some of my favorite animals in the game. And I'm just happy that Planet Zoo was able to give these guys the recognition that they deserve, because they really are super awesome. But yeah, This is a big ol' habitat with a big ol' viewing for them. I'm really happy with how well it all came out. You could probably imply that this is like a breeding center for them, which is why you have like all the markings and you know, all the signage relating to the giant otters. But yeah, that is about it for Riverbend. Am I missing anything? I don't think we are, so I think we're gonna call it there. Hopefully I edit out my phone alarm throughout this video, because that's going to be a kind of crappy thing to have in there. But nonetheless, I do want to thank you guys for stopping by. This zoo has been such a fun one to work on. It is now currently on the workshop, and I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video and this quick little tour. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, may I suggest leaving a like, possibly even subscribing. It really does help me out a lot, especially in the summer. YouTube is kind of funky in the summer, so if you guys are able to lend some support, I really do appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to end it with our little flock of flamingos. I can't wait to see you guys in the next project that we try and finish. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.